Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big Edinburgh welcome to Michael McIntyre.
I will be introducing my favourite stand-up comedians right here in my favourite city of them all. It's Edinburgh! So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce to you some literally my favourite comedians around. This is going to be a great show. Are you in the mood for a great show? Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome one of the leading young lights of Scottish comedy. Please give all your love to the wonderful Kevin Bridges!
Thank you, Edinburgh. Good evening. Good to be here at the Comedy Roadshow. Thought maybe start off with a joke. So, I seen a sign that said, "Have you seen this man?" So I phoned up and I said, "No." It's something to do, isn't it? I might be a few things, but I'm not a grass. So it's good to be in Edinburgh. I'm actually from Glasgow myself. Thank you. We very much get a reputation. The city of Glasgow was recently announced as Europe's murder capital, but also voted the UK's friendliest city. In the same week. We got our act together pronto. You might get the shite kicked out of you, but you'll get directions to the hospital.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for my next guest? We are so lucky to have this man here. I absolutely love this guy. You're going to love him too. Give all your love for the wonderful talents of Mr. Stuart Francis.
Thank you very much. My name is Stuart Francis, and don't worry, I haven't heard of you either. I'm getting used to it. In a world full of patronizing insincerity, it is so nice to be back in my beautiful hometown. Edinburgh. So many people are jumping on the Barack Obama bandwagon, which, as an African American, really offends me. No, you're looking at a very proud Canadian who's very proud of the education system in Canada, I think. I think it's the goodest of all 17 countries. No, I was horrible in school. I failed math so many times I can't even count.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for our next guest? He's without a doubt one of the finest comedians working in the country and one of my favourites. You're going to absolutely love him. Please welcome Mr. Mark Watson!
Hi. Yep, my name is Mark. Easy enough. Well, quite easy. It does cause trouble. My name's just a noise, basically. Mark. It's amazing how hard it can be. If you hear someone in the street go, "Ah!" sounds like Mark. You know, someone in the street goes, "Oh, I'm going to go to the park, do some drugs." Again, you hear, "Mark, fancy some drugs?" You know, it's so easy. it's amazing, actually, being on the television, what you can and can't say. You have to be very careful with language. Anything, you know, the F word, no, even the one that's ruder than that, the C, oh, you can't go near that. It's funny, really. It's funny how certain words get people angry. The so-called C word, oh, it makes people shiver. Really, of course, it's just a word. It's no different from saying frisbee, really. Of course, the context makes a difference. Had a bit of a mix-up in a park once. But it's, I mean, it's the same thing, isn't it? I've got a wife. That's not one of the jokes, actually. That's a comment. That's an actual autobiography. I have. She's a proper woman. I got her fair and square and everything. It's great. It's the only thing is when you're sort of a person who you feel a bit lucky. I feel a bit lucky to have got a wife, and this is going to sound really sentimental, but I don't want her to die or anything. I really, I know, romantic fool, but I just sort of feel like I sort of married above myself a bit. It was a bit of a fluke. I don't think I could re-recruit, if you see what I mean. I really feel like this is kind of it. And maybe some of you will know what it's like when you have someone you love so much that you live in paranoia that they might be dead. It's really tiring, to be honest, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to bring on tonight's headline act. This man is doing phenomenal business. I have long been a fan of his. He's one of my favourite comedians in the whole world. I love this guy. You're going to love him. He was a huge success last year in the festival. He's going from strength to strength. Please give all your love for the wonderful Mr. Rod Gilbert!
Hello, Edinburgh! Are you well? Yeah. It's good to be back. This is the best place in the world to do comedy, isn't it? Yeah. It is, because you love a laugh, don't you? Yeah. So you love a laugh. It's true. Last year, I was staying, what's that street? St. Mary's Street, is that the one off the Royal Mile there? And I had a first floor flat. And so every day I was at the same height as the open top misery tour. I was at exactly, when I used to sit at my window, I was at exactly the same height as the poor, miserable, sodden Japanese tourists. Huddled in the wind and driving rain in their emergency ponchos. Their faces set like stone against the Scottish elements, like little shrink-wrapped gargoyles hanging off the side. They'd open their mouths and water would spew down the side of the bus. And I was sat there, I would just get the odd word of the commentary would waft in on the wind. Have you heard the commentary? It's hilariously miserable. The odd word, the odd ancient grudge would float in on the wind, you know, like 10,000 Scots died, meow. Centuries of oppression, meow. I went on one a few days later, I came off like William Bloody Wallace, so I was like, come on! We can do this. I was going to go shopping in the afternoon, I ended up marching on Cumbria instead.